Hello and welcome to the DMV Roundtable. I am your host, Jose Barreto, and in today's episode, joining me here today is Jonatan Soto. How are you, Jonathan?
Doing good, doing well. Thank you for the opportunity.
No, thank you for coming over. Appreciate your time. So we always start these things by letting the audience know who you are personally before we dive into your business. So tell me a little bit about you. Who are you? Where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Puerto Rico. Came here in 2008.
Okay.
In
2008? You
2008.
Came? Okay.
I was
What brought you here?
looking for opportunity and found a job here and took the chances. It's been
Now let me
12
ask you:
years now.
did you find a job while you were still in Puerto Rico, or did you come and then found a job?
Well, first of all, I was in Puerto Rico in San Juan area looking for opportunities there.
Right.
It was not that easy. Then I found this opportunity. They visit my college
Okay.
back home. One of my professor recommended me to go to this. It was a meeting at like in the nighttime
Uh-huh.
in one of the classrooms, and this company came from the United States to talk about the opportunities.
So the company was from the United States.
Yeah,
talking to students from the university about an opportunity that they had here.
Correct. They were
Okay.
looking for talents from Puerto Rico. Recent graduate people, things like that. I still have like 1 year to finish my degree.
Okay.
I was doing my master in accounting.
Okay.
I don't have too much hope on that meeting. We went there. I did an interview. A year later, they called me for the job.
Okay.
And I had a master's degree, no job, looking for opportunity.
Was the job market in Puerto Rico slow at the time?
At the time, it was kind of slow. I was doing, working in restaurants, things like that nature. I did a couple of things. I tried to do the insurance companies, selling insurance around, trying to be a broker. It was not that easy.
Mhm.
And then when that opportunity came up, I don't have anything else to lose.
So you didn't have anything going on at that time?
No,
Okay.
it was like perfect timing.
Okay.
They called me, and I remember I was driving from San Juan to Moca, where is my town,
Uh-huh.
and I get that phone call. That phone call from 703. I'm like, I have to take this phone call.
703 area code, which is
And,
this Virginia, right? Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I talked. They asked me a couple questions. I didn't tell nobody. I told my girlfriend back then it was my girlfriend. Now it's my wife. I told her, say, let's keep it secret for now. And then they called me like a week later that they're gonna send out all the information on the mail.
Now, were they offering you the job outright, or were they offering you sort of like an interview?
They were offering me they were offering me a job.
A job, okay.
It was a tentative offer, and then weeks later I get the final offer, and I took it. I took it. I bought my flight from Aguadilla to Virginia, but no returning.
Okay.
And here I am.
So where
12
did you
years later.
stay initially? Like, what did you do? Where did you?
Well, at the
You came. Where, you stayed at a hotel? I mean,
at the beginning, I was, it was funny because I forgot even where Virginia was located in the map. But I came to Washington, D.C. with the close-up program back when I was in high school. And then I realized I was close to D.C. But the long story short is that my cousin works here as well.
Oh,
and
okay.
she, gave me the opportunity to stay with her a few days. And that's how we started, and they give me the hand, and I start looking for a car. I start looking for apartment. I'm very independent guy. I look for an apartment like in 2 days.
Okay.
And I rented, right away, everything with a piece of paper because I have no money.
Right.
I'm doing everything with just a piece of paper. They have said I have an offer.
Uh-huh.
And that's how I did. Went to a dealership, get a car, and did everything like that,
Wow.
And I don't want to, I'm trying to, I don't know the area, I don't know where to live. I just did
Scary
everything
a little
by,
bit, right?
A little bit scary, I did everything by recommendation.
How was your English at the time?
Oh, it was like not the best. Let's put it that way.
Like Celia Cruz says, not very good looking.
But you know me. I'm not scared to talk. I start. I think so. My job, they give me a lot of they give me the opportunity, and they see that they see something on me that it's gonna be good, and right now it's been 12 years,
Right.
working for them.
Okay. So you've been with them since you came.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. Good. All right. So, and you said you were married. So now you're married.
Correct.
Okay.
Like a year later, we get married with my, back then my girlfriend for many years, and we get married with
High school sweetheart.
kind of first year college, let's say.
First year college. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we live at the apartment that I rented when I moved for 3 years. Always looking to buy something, buy a house. I didn't know nothing about housing market back then.
Right.
But we found a townhouse back in Leesburg, 11 years now.
Mm-hmm.
We
The
bought
one
that.
on Vanderbilt.
Yeah, we bought the townhouse. It was a great opportunity back then because of the economy back then.
Right.
The price was very low. It was great opportunity, and then we have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna
How
be
old?
6 years
6 years old.
in like a week from now.
Little cutie. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna be 6. He's doing kindergarten online.
Online.
Yeah, now he knows too much of a computer now.
Right.
And that's where we at
That's where
right
you're
now.
at. Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit about JST. What prompted you to start JST? Tell me about it.
Well, back when I was doing college, I took this, tax classes about doing income tax preparation. I
Now,
did
you have a master's in accounting, right?
I got a master in business administration
Business
with a
administration.
major in accounting.
With the major in accounting.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and I was doing classes for taxes. I always kind of like it, those classes. Back in the day in Puerto Rico, I was doing some taxes for my family, friends. Then when I moved here, one of my friends, we've been friends since college. He's working here too, and he opened his side job,
Mm-hmm.
a tax practice,
Okay.
and I helped him during the beginning years. We did, even flyers we try. I remember those cold days outside, putting flyers on cars.
Uh-huh.
I don't think so you're supposed to do that anymore. I don't know.
I think you can, but
Nobody's gonna do
You're gonna
it
get
now.
people pissed off
Yeah.
a little bit, but
It was. I remember, tax season started in January. We were putting flyers at the beginning of January. It was very cold,
right.
and we did a lot of stuff. I learned a lot from him. He always, encouraged me to do my side job business, and I was like, waiting. I was not sure. Then I participate the IRS program called BIRA, which is tax preparation for people in need for free, and I did that for a volunteer for 3 years, I think so.
Okay.
And I started liking, helping people out with their tax situation. Tax season is not easy for a lot of people, and I like it. I actually enjoy it,
Mhm.
and I realize that I have a passion to work with people, help people out with their taxes. And then, like in 2017, around that time, I decided. 2016, I start doing it myself, and I start just like few clients, maybe 4,
Right.
and then in 17.
Which is how it always is. You start with
Yeah.
just a handful of people that trust you, probably, right? Family
Yeah,
members and
tho-
friends.
Actually, those 4, one was me. That means it's three.
So it's really
people.
3.
And then I'm like, okay, let's see next year what happened. And
Mhm.
that's when I create my LLC, JST Advisor, 2017. And I actually had 17 clients back then.
Okay.
And I'm like, from 4 to 17, that's a good jump.
That's a great job.
If you
yeah.
look by percentage wise,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a big jump.
fourfold. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I like this. And then from there, it's been great. It's been great. I have increased clients significantly every
Yeah.
year, plus 30,
I've
35%.
seen you grow.
of clients.
Yeah.
And I can't complain.
Very proud of you because I've seen you. You work hard. So
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I've seen people like you succeed by doing good work and hard work. It's very nice to see.
Thank you.
Yeah. So okay. So we are now headed into tax season. You know, it's January, so it's ready to go. Is there anything new out there that we should be looking out for? What talk to me about the taxes and what people should be looking out for.
Well, couple new things that we have right now for this new tax season. It's gonna be a little bit different. We all know about the pandemic and COVID-19 situation.
How's that affecting you right now in terms of the business?
Well, 2020 season was totally different.
Right.
It's very different. Was very different. They extended the due date to July. You know, and this is a side job that I do, and I'm like, this is only 3 months. You know, side job. We always working, but it's minimal after April 15.
Right.
But 2020 was almost whole year working on taxes.
Right, because they extended it, so
it was extended.
Yeah.
You know, it was a lot of different stuff.
Is it going to be extended again this year? Have they decided to do that or no?
Nothing on that yet.
Okay.
I checked the IRS webpage. It just showed the April 15, 2021, which is a Thursday. That would be the day for
that's
now.
still it, okay.
Yeah, they don't even have a date when they're gonna start accepting e-file. Right now, we are estimating probably at the end of January, but we're waiting on that from the IRS.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, it was definitely a different situation because I even have, you know, I cancel all my personal, you know, one-to-one meetings with my clients. I have a lot of clients that I have to visit them at a parking lot or something like that and grab, you know, the documents and go home, do the taxes, and then go back then working, you know, making those taxes for them and then go back and meet again, you know, to give them the copies and things like that.
Right.
It was very different, but, you know, nothing that stopped me to do it. It still was a great season for me.
Right.
Can't complain about it.
Right, right. And so this season is probably going to be higher also, right? As you continue to advertise, I've seen your marketing on social media. I follow you on social media, so I see that you're marketing. And again, you know, anybody that I have sent to you that have done their taxes through you, they have nothing but great things to say about you and your services. So I think that service is why you're probably growing at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, the type of service that you provide.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, one of my things is get myself prepared. I take 18 credits every year as a continuing education. It's kind of one of the recommendations from the IRS for tax preparers. I always, you know, looking new tax laws or things like that to get myself have a very, you know, a good understanding of what's going on.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I just want, you know, make sure my clients get the full benefit of the tax situation. You know, every situation is different, but it's so many things out there that you have to look for opportunity, how to save some, you know,
Right.
taxes.
Give me some examples for people like, you know, people who are looking to get the best, especially I think when you're W-9, it's a lot more straightforward, right, than when you're self-employed in terms of what you can do with your returns, right? Because when you're W-9, it's sort of, you know, this is your income, this is what was taken out, and then once you do all the credits and all that, then you figure out, did you overpay, did you underpay, right?
Well, that's I think so. You're talking about W-2.
W-2, sorry,
Yes.
not W-9, W-2, sorry.
Yeah, W-2. Yeah, when you're W-2, you pay in advance all your taxes, and you at the end of the day you just do your taxes, put your, you know, your credits, your kids. If you have kids of 17 years and younger, younger than 17, you will get $2,000 credit.
Right.
And
Per child.
Per child.
Uh-huh.
And you add all the stuff from if you do itemized deduction, you add all the stuff from.
What's the difference between itemized deduction and it says itemized and standard, right?
Yes, itemized is, for example, you add all the costs from your house. If you have a house, if you own the house, you add all the interest that you pay in the house. There you add all the taxes that you paid. you actually,
those are part of your deductions.
that's
The
part
taxes
of the deduction on the itemized side. If you don't go to the standard,
to the standard side.
the standard side increased back in 2019 or 18. I don't quite remember exactly, but they increased to 12,000 something for single. This year is going to be 12,400 and 24,800 for married jointly for couples. But if you have itemized, when you add taxes, when you add interest of your mortgage, donations, that can go up and above the 24.
Above the 24. Yeah.
And that's when you get that benefit.
Right.
So
So you do that calculation for them, like you
Yes.
sit with them and say, this better for you, because a lot of people who do it themselves, they might not realize that
correct.
they might be better using a standard, or they might be better using an itemized, right?
Correct, because I look for all those opportunities to find the best way for my client and finding the best deduction that they can get.
Right.
And right now they increase the donations, and also for this for this tax season, the CARES Act now allow $300 above the they call above the line, even if you don't do the itemized. When you take in standard deduction, you can take up to $300 of deduction on your taxes.
Okay.
This is new. I never seen this before, and this is really good. Sometimes you can say 300 is not a lot, but 300 can make you going from one tax bracket to another tax bracket.
Yeah, tax bracket. Right, yeah.
You never know. It can work out. But yeah, that's the difference between standard and itemized.
Yeah. And the tax bracket, where are we at with those now? What's the lowest tax bracket?
10%.
10% is the lowest?
Yeah, I think it's 10%, 12, 22,
Okay.
35, I think, and 38.
And 38 is the biggest one right now.
Something
right?
like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, how long does it take you to prepare taxes, would you say?
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah.
Some clients, it's very different because some clients can be very complex,
Mhm.
depending on your situation. Some clients can be very easy, and you can do a tax return very quick. Depending on the situation, some people only have, single filing W-2.
Right.
That's very simple tax return. But you can have other people that have business like me, have house,
Mm-hmm.
stocks,
Right.
rentals,
Right.
and that gets
That gets a
difficult.
little complicated.
And
right?
if you can do it yourself, that's great. But that's when it gets complicated, and that's when I recommend that you look for a tax professional to help you out
Right.
on that situation, because it gets complex.
Right.
But depend on the situation, it will take more time than others.
Okay. Yeah. And what about the self-employed? Self-employed's got to be also a little bit difficult because of I know that you do real estate agents, tax returns, and a lot of other self-employed people. Is that how are you able to help self-employed people?
Well, and before I forget, just want to make a quick disclaimer that every situation is different.
Right.
I recommend that you look for advice on everyone, unique situation. You can contact me if you need help on that, and I can help you out. But with that being said, for realtors or for any sole proprietorship business out there, it's depending on your situation. Some are sole proprietorship, and a lot of people don't know where they at. But let's say, for example, if you have an LLC, that doesn't mean that you're going to have a separate tax preparation for your company.
Right.
You're still doing your taxes on your personal, adding a Schedule C. However, it will depend on the situation, like I said before, because if you're a partner with another person, then that's a partnership return, and that goes to another area. But in this, let's say a realtor working for himself, for a company like you guys do, and I recommend that you take notes of your expenses.
Right.
Keep records of all your expenses during the year, because
Not receipts anymore, right? Because receipts is or actual
you still have to have your receipts.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of things out there, like for example, QuickBooks, or other apps that you can use,
Mm-hmm.
and you can keep track of your receipts electronically.
Right.
But if you get audited, you need to provide that information. You need to
Right.
provide your receipts. You need to provide that. But one of the biggest item on sole proprietorship is the mileage. Mileage is around 50 something cents a mile that you get deduction. Realtors drive a lot. You know,
Right.
you guys drive a lot.
Yep.
I remember when I just recently bought my second home,
Right.
and I make you drive a lot. And
You sure did.
Thank you for that. But
But we deducted it.
yeah, you can deduct that. What I do for my clients is I ask my client to provide me all the expenses they had in the car, and like gasoline, maintenance, all the stuff, and then I compare that with mileage.
Okay.
And we take whatever is more beneficial,
Right.
because you want to compare actual expenses versus mileage.
Right.
But most of the cases, mileage is the number one that I recommend.
Right.
And I recommend that you keep track of, mileage is also apps that you can track mileage. You have to have like a journal. If you get audited, they're gonna ask you for the journal. That's why the app is helpful, because you can put in the app everywhere you go.
Right.
And you don't have, you can do it on a piece of paper, but you can lose those very easy.
Right.
But also marketing is big deal for you guys, for
Right.
realtors. I recommend that you keep track of that. Real estate coaching or trainings, license fee, association dues. You can deduct all that. You can deduct transportation. You also can deduct travel, lodging, and meals for education. Let's say you want to go to Vegas for education training.
Mm-hmm.
You can deduct that travel.
The whole thing. Yeah.
If you go to a show for realtors in Las Vegas, for example.
Right.
Home office expenses. Everyone's working from home these days.
Right. That was I was going to ask you about that. That the office actual space. You can still do that, right?
Yes, you have to make sure that the space that you use is only and is specifically used for your office.
For your office.
Like one of the examples they say is like, if you have a couch and a TV
Mm-hmm.
to watch football, that doesn't make it an office anymore.
Right.
You have to.
It's got to be dedicated, right?
It got to be dedicated
to
for
business.
to the business.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. And they've gotten a little tougher on that, right?
Yeah, that's those are the ones that you want to make sure.
That'll spike the audit red flag.
You want to make sure you got all your documents, all of the stuff there.
If your house is 2,500 square feet and you put 1,500 is your office, then you might get a knock from the IRS, right?
Yeah, that's a little bit too much space for your office for one person. But yeah, those couple things. But always, reach out to your advisor and find out the best advice for those situations.
Yeah.
And also give when you provide a gift to your client. It's only $25 maximum. And if they are couple, it's up to $50.
Gotcha.
But you have to keep an eye on that. Let's say you want to give a new stove. Well, that's gonna cost more than $50.
Sure.
You only can deduct $50 there. If it's a couple, if it's a single person, it's only 25.
Wow.
But keep tracking of those. It's very important. And if you have an LLC,
Mm-hmm.
And you're considered sole proprietorship, again, you do your taxes in your personal return
Okay.
with a schedule for business.
Okay.
Yep.
So don't you also do bookkeeping?
I do bookkeeping. I have worked with different clients, different sectors. For example, housing. Helping clients on bookkeeping, constructions work. Construction companies.
You have a cleaning company?
cleaning company. Most of the bookkeeping I do is for services.
Right.
It gets more complex when you go to the area for selling, like let's say a store to sell goods.
Retail.
Retail. That gets more complex, inventory and all the stuff. And because it's a side job that I do on the afternoons and weekends, it get more complex. But we're not scared to do anything. We always looking, striving for keep it up. And if you got one of those and need an advice or have a question, reach out.
Right.
But most of my clients are service. I do bookkeeping, payroll, help my clients to get all the quarterlies out there in the IRS and paying their employees. Pretty much everything's electronically today's day. It's very good. And we do that and the bookkeeping to help clients, to get better books at the end of the year, more organized.
Okay. All right. So what advice do you have for people, looking to, let's say somebody wants to do their taxes, what should they be looking for in a tax preparer, in a person that's going to do their taxes? What kind of things should they be looking for?
When you mean about looking for,
like when they have a person or like you, like why would they go to you? Like is it service? Is it pricing? Like I know some people want to do it for the cheapest money possible. Is it what should people be looking for?
Well, at the end of the day, I know we all want to save some bucks here and there.
Which is why some people do it electronically.
And they go to those programs that you can buy in the store.
Right.
Nothing wrong about them, but you probably don't understand the question sometimes.
Right.
And that's when it gets tricky. That's when you probably need some advice from a tax preparer person or a tax company to help you out understand your situation. And depending how complex your situation are, it's recommended to have a tax preparation service, to help you guide those things. Because one thing that I do while everyone is having fun out there, I'm studying for these tax laws.
Right.
I'm preparing myself for the new season.
Right.
I know this stuff. I know what to look for, and that's what I prepare myself to do.
Sure.
And the good thing is, like, I'm always looking for advantage for my clients, that are out there, that are, the IRS provided for them, and that's what I do. And I spend a lot of hours learning about this, and we use one of the top 5 accounting software for doing taxes, tax software, and it's very quality product. What I ended up doing for you. Your taxes normally, almost 100% of them will go electronically, unless something is, out of the control of myself or depending on the situation. But most of the time, it's go electronically. In 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I got a notification from the IRS if it's accepted or not. If it's rejected, we can fix it right away, or fix it in a timely manner.
Figure out what happened. Yeah.
Correct, and send it over. And my service will provide you the assurance that your taxes will get there to the IRS on time, and make sure that you get your refund on time.
Right.
Most of the people receive it between. The IRS recommend 21 days, but most of my clients receive it super early, and at this moment it's been very successful.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like I said, I'm a big believer in using professionals to do things for you. I think sometimes we get sidetracked or distracted by the fact that you could technically save money by doing something for yourself, and this applies to a lot of things. Representing yourself in court is not smart without an attorney, selling your own home without a realtor, doing your own taxes without a tax preparer, and so on and so forth. I'm a big believer in using professionals, and I would never. I mean, I have done it. When I was younger, I have tried doing the taxes myself, and I probably, if I go back and look at it now, probably kick myself because I probably left money on the table or did them wrong or actually took a chance and doing something wrong and getting audited and then being uglier later. So I rather go with somebody professional to do something like this, and especially when it comes to the IRS, that if you do something wrong, you gotta pay. You put yourself at risk, right? Being audited is probably not fun, is it?
No, I don't think so. I never been personally, and none of my clients. But I hear stories, and I don't
the
think
audit
so.
process is something that scares most people.
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
stories, and I don't think so. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants to go through an audit, right?
Yeah, that's why you want to make sure you do a quality product, you do a quality tax preparation service, and get your return in good shape, and send it over in peace,
Right.
and you feel relaxed, you finish, it's done.
Right.
You can save your files until next year,
Right.
and enjoy the rest of the year.
Right. And the IRS can always go back. How far back can they go? A long time, right?
I'm not quite sure on the amount of years, but I know they can go back.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
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 So it's and they if they audit you, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, but if they audit you and then they find all kinds of stuff, they can then get suspicious and go even further back, right?
Yeah, I don't know what their policy is on that, but yeah, I'm sure they can do that. They can go other years and check it out.
Mm-hmm.
You can find a lot of those cases online and see different situations. Not I don't think so that's something that nobody wants.
Right. So that's why people out there just hire Jonathan, hire a professional to do your taxes. Getting them right the first time. That way you'll sleep well at night. Sleep quality has no price.
Yeah.
That's it. Anything else that you have for me that you like to tell people?
Well, just this year we have a new a portal.
Okay.
Everything that you send to me is secure.
On a secure portal.
Secure
Awesome.
portal that I bought. This is from a company that they do tax preparation. They know how to do a nice portal because they know our needs.
Is that an online or an app?
It's everything online. It's an app. I have the app myself.
Okay.
I can talk on my iPhone or on home.
Okay.
I have also the app in my computer. It's very great tool to have these days. Not only because of pandemic, because we're moving forward of an artificial intelligence, future. Like everything's virtually. And this is gonna be awesome because you can be watching Netflix and sending me your W-2, your ID, your stuff through the portal.
Right.
And you can just keep enjoying your show. I do your tax and I call you later talk to you about everything's going on and ask you the question that I have to do.
Okay, so what website is that? What website? What's your website? So So here's what I'm gonna do. When we're done, so this podcast goes live on both video and via Spotify and iTunes. Now, Spotify, the video part, I will put your handle for your social media right below. It's on there now. So. Your website also and your phone number. But for the people listening who won't be able to see it, can you please just tell us how they get in contact with you? Give me your email, give me your phone number, and give me your website.
The best way to get in contact is through my website, which is jstaxes.com. I don't want to confuse. JS Taxes, only one T. JS Taxes.
JSTaxes.com. Okay.
It's very easy, very user friendly. When you go to my website, go to it's one area that say contact us, and you can request an appointment. Using that, it will secure your information. I'm gonna receive your contact information. You can write me a message right there and tell me, your needs. And we can go from there. You can set up an appointment there. And that's the best way. I get a notification on my app. I get an email. I get, notification everywhere that I get a message, and then we go from there. However, you can contact me at 571-314-1000. That's my cell phone.
571-314-1000. Okay.
Very easy to remember.
Okay. Yeah, very easy to remember. And what about via email?
Via email is info at jstaxes.com.
Info at jstaxes.com.
Correct.
And okay.
And
then through
Facebook,
social media.
yeah, Facebook, Instagram, I'm there.
You're on Facebook, you're on anything, because like I said, I follow you on both, and I know that you put a lot of good stuff out there, so, they can even reach out to you through that, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. I got those messages, I received notification, and I can contact you back.
Perfect. All right, everybody out there, if you need somebody to do your taxes, if you need a good person, Jonatan is excellent, so go ahead and contact him at any of the mediums that he just mentioned. Thank you, Jonatan, for coming over to my show. I'm sure we'll do another one, later on this year with more updates. But I appreciate you taking the time this morning to come see us and talk to my listeners. So thank you, and for everybody out there listening, we will see you again next week.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity again.
Bye-bye.